What's happening, people? United Centrally back again with another video, another podcast. We're right here, international break or not, we're still here, still active, and this is your show, guys. I'm alright. Aaron,
yes,
what's happening, bro?
Oh, good, man.
Everything blessed.
It's cold outside.
It's cold. It's not for the faint-hearted, guys. North, we love our cold up north, yeah, but Mr. Norden is not feeling it, even with the olive juice, with that vitamins.
Just to let all the viewers know, the straight jacket has been given back. I took it off him last week to keep warm, and I thought I decided against it this week. It's not fit for me. It's yours.
For mine, yeah?
It's yours.
For what reasons?
You can have it back. You can have it back.
Well, I need that jacket in this one, I'll tell you that, man. Obviously, United 3-1 against Brighton. Aaron, as much as we can say, you know what I mean, don't read too much into it. You know what I mean? Is the momentum, do you reckon United at this minute now, was that international break at the wrong time, or do you still think, don't get ahead of yourself?
No, we should definitely not get ahead of ourselves, man. This is, at the end of the day, this was only Brighton. We have to be realistic. Yes, they played some nice football over the, first few games.
Yeah.
But at home against Brighton, we were always going to win.
Yeah.
And, like Nordin always says, the first 20 minutes is what determines the rest of the game for us. And the first 20 minutes, we were lucky to score 2 goals. So after that, the game was really in our hands. It was for us to win, but for us to lose as well.
Yeah.
So the win was good. It felt good, but we're a mid-table team, whether people like it or not. So we can go to Sheffield and lose. So if this season is, I said it at the start of the season, this season's going to be up and down. We're going to win games, we're going to lose games, we're going to draw games. So emotions are going to be high, then low, then here, and then high again. So it's going to be up and down this whole season, man.
That's why you got to hold tight with that straight jacket.
I don't know, man. I expect the best, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what you guys, man. Expectation, I feel like at all-time low with United fans. You know what I mean? And I'll admit it, Brighton. Yes, I called it Ollie's kind of day. If you drew or lost that game, he should have been sacked. But I see you're smiling. You stand, I can hear you screaming. Yeah.
Well, I was giving the support to the boys.
The golden seats.
The golden seats.
No, I didn't get the golden seats. I was proper. I was in the den, mate.
Down in the dungeons.
It was brilliant atmosphere, actually. Really good. Oh, there's a guy there, man. If I definitely get those seats again, and I need to get, because I forgot to get his number, because he needs to come on the fan cam, man.
Best seats in stand, I tell you.
He's just a character and a carrot and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously the game. One thing I forgot to mention my fan cam as well, that I look as soon as because from high up you could see exactly that's why I love sometimes sitting on the
you can see everything
in the tier. You see the team shape and how the team is set up, and straight away I was like 4-4-2. I was sitting next to the brother
Miles. Shout out Miles.
You know what? The people's cameraman. Big shout out to the brother, man. But so straight away I was like, whoa, that's how they're coming out. Brighton are coming here 4-4-2 at Old Trafford, believing in the hype that we're relegation.
Game was wide open, wasn't it?
So obviously that played into our hands. That played into our tactics. But obviously, Martial makes a huge difference in terms of. He didn't get the headlines. He didn't score the goals, but he could have had 4 assists. Yeah. If Rashford scores those, he could have had 4 assists.
Yeah, true.
And his hold-up play, his movement, all of the different things that some part of last season you were right to accuse him of.
Yeah, right.
This season, he's been like, to me, he's been like a fresher breath there. And big up to those people. Like, no, I checked it. We argued, was it last week or the week before?
Yeah.
When it was at Monaco.
What I tell you, man.
Berbatov played up front. Martial played left, wide.
I don't know who's
look that. Listen, all you need to do is look it up.
No,
that's all you need to do.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Berbatov was a central
striker. He was for large parts of the season.
Yeah,
but he did start as a number 9.
Yeah, no, Berbatov was a central striker, but they played him because they wanted the team to be more attacking.
Yeah.
They played him as an inverted left-hand side, not a winger. Inverted kind of forward like that, and that's where he played. That's where he played for United, and it was when he first signed for United. It was like that's what I like to play. But his movement at this moment in time, his movement, his hold-up play, his link-up play, he makes a huge difference. One player makes a huge difference. Without Pogba, we've missed Pogba for how long? Almost 2 months now.
2 months, man.
Yeah,
crazy.
And
everyone thought we were going to be relegated without Pogba.
Yeah, we've missed. We've also missed Martial for a long time. So To me, Martial, massive difference. That's the big plus point from the game.
And even Daniel James said it. Came out and said, since Martial's come back, he makes us look better. He can come deep, ask for the ball, which creates space for me and as in Daniel and Marcus Rashford. You see, and people know, like, okay, we've got that focal point back. Martial can now come deep, and Fred can do those, can drill in those passes forward because he knows Martial's just going to stop it and then just, create the play from there. So he, like Nurden says, man, he has been very, very important since he came back.
And that front three now, you know what I mean, looking fluid now. If they can get a run of games together, they can be consistent, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can use them in the right times.
Oh, we're going to frighten teams, bro.
You know what, man?
We're going to frighten
that front
teams.
three. Sometimes, tactics, you can say all the tactics, but Pep Guardiola, what did he say to Messi, Ronaldinho, and Henry? Sometimes you've got to say, you know what, play.
Yeah.
Just play your football, and you'll win us a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know what, man, that front three, you know what? Most teams, we could win a game within 30 minutes. If them front three start blistering and James on the byline and then Rashford is causing them runs, which I seen against Brighton, and hats off to him, that run that he made in towards the middle. Yeah. That was what I want to see from Rashford. Intelligent runs, so. So you know the man, that front three, man.
Yeah, you know what? But your front three is only good as your midfield.
Yeah, I know
That's true.
And to me, if they haven't got anybody to provide the service, the front three massively is stagnant.
Yeah.
And that is a huge worry for me. I mean, the reason why I've been calm, the reason why I'm not like, get Ollie out. I know Ollie's inexperienced in a big job. No, but I'm saying to you in terms of I'm not being sane and I've not been, I've been holding against that.
Yeah.
One of the reasons is because to understand that the club didn't back Ollie, even though he's had to come and bite a bullet and say it, because Woodward, your boss is basically telling you, we're on a PR propaganda, so you've got to go out there and say these things what I tell you.
Yeah.
And we know that, to me, the reason why I've been extra calm and I've not gone either way, where we win, where we lose, is because I know the lack of midfield. But if we did have the midfield players and we had that extra striker on the bench, then I would be more pressure and Ollie's thinking, you know what, Ollie, you're not good enough. And regardless whatever I say and all the Ollie inners might say, he might still be not good enough, right? Regardless how much we want him to succeed and so on, he might not be good enough. He might not be the guy for United. But the fact that he's almost doing this job, two hands tied behind his back, and to me, the front three to me would be brilliant and will function. And like I said, give a shout out to James because, we said it at the beginning of the season. His final ball wasn't there. His final ball is there now. His final ball is there, and he's amazing.
Talking about midfielders, my guy Fredinho. You know what I mean? My guy Fredinho.
Put some respect on that.
Yeah, Fredinho, man. I told you, man. Fredinho. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's talking about midfielders in there.
Yeah.
Fredinho's come of age now. You know what I mean? And
Fred is definitely turning into the player that we all hoped him to be the first season when we go from Shakhtar. He's slowly becoming that player. The confidence.
What's changed?
I think it's just the run of games that he's getting. Because some players just need time to bed in by giving them games. Some players need time by I don't know, just training a lot. Some players need time by doing things repetitively, and he just needed time in terms of adaptation by giving him a run of games. And he's played how many games has he played since the start of the season? Like 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Like he's not.
And now he's having it in a row now.
Exactly. He's not had a lot of rest, which I'm a bit worried about. Sometimes he needs that rest, but he's played a lot of games and the confidence is back. Slowly, step by step. So I'm happy about that, man. Fred, people are seeing the player that Fred can be, and I think he can go even higher. He's just getting back into the groove now, and he's going to get even better and better.
We're seeing the 50 million now that we all thought.
I mean, to me,
are you still not getting too excited? Like for me, I'm still not getting excited.
You know what? I'm not getting too excited, but this is what I expected Fred to do. And I said it. So I'll give some of the views might be a bit too young, but
historical contents.
Yeah, Diego Forlan came to Man United, and we know that what a baller Diego Forlan became when he left Man United.
Yeah.
But one of the things was that Fergie would start him for 2 games. He looked good, and his movement is good, and he might set something up. He might have a couple of shots on goal, but he didn't score. It took him really long time for him to score. As soon as he got running the team, you've seen the beauty. When you're a footballer, that's getting, so you're thinking, right, I play today, I'm going to play next week, and I'm going to play the week after, I'm going to what you do then, obviously now, football has moved on a lot with the video analysis team. You can then watch your performance, and then in a training, you could go and work on these things. So they give you the clips, so on an iPad or laptops, they give each player what to take away, homework basically, to go and look at, study. They put all the clips together, what they've done right, what they need to do right, so they're working with the coaches. And I'm 100% learning now. Michael Carrick, Kieran McKenna are literally working with him, right? Saying, this is what you got, what you've done right. this is what you've not done properly. This is what you need to do. And with the 8 or 9 games that he's had consecutively, that grows your confidence, because you could almost go in home after each game going, right, I've done this, I've done that, and obviously the confidence grows, and then you also get the trust from your teammates. You get the trust from the coaching staff, and obviously the fans. So the fans are not more. Like I said, in that game, for me, he was man of the match, because I give Brandon, they have to share it in a sense.
Yeah.
But he was man of the match because he gave the ball away once, and one of the biggest things, what midfielders, because they try to pop balls.
And I like that. I want that.
To give the ball away, they can't, but he didn't give the ball away in terms of, sometimes he'd give the ball away when we're 30 yards from our own goal.
Yeah.
Example, the Wolves game.
Yeah.
Wolves away.
Yeah.
You know, he gave the ball away there, they scored. So now he's cut those bits of his game out. And we're seeing a player, but like I said, like Aaron said, I agree, I think there's levels to go.
Yeah. And you see it when, you know what I mean, you know when you say, like I said, the fans get on top of you, but you know what, he's played that ball over the top to Martial, and about 6 or 7 months ago, he would have not even dared to do that. He would have been like, you know what, sideways pass. But that's what I said about Fred. I always thought, especially against Newcastle away, and I watched it, I was there, the amount of times he opened his body up and sideways passed to McTominay. No killer ball up there. Yes, you got to talk about movement in front of you. Yes, you got to talk about Rashford, is he going to get in the channel? But now you see balls in behind, deadly, I mean. And the one against Martial to lead up to Rashford goal, that was a deadly one. Don't count the game, because Martial was in control of the ball. Martial was in control of the ball, he was ahead of the ball, and he got there, and the rest is history, you know what I mean? So you're seeing that with the killer passes now. You can only improve with that, man.
The confidence, man. Everyone's getting more and more confident. That's why someone like Rashford he's getting more and more confidence, and he's trying more things now. You see the little thing he done.
I told him about Ramona. I said it. You know what? I said it. I said,
that little
yo, Ramona, do it, Ramona.
It's the confidence, man, and because of that, you know, it can only help us, man. It can only help. We need players that are confident, because we've seen Rashford when he's not confident. He's not at his best. He's really not.
I'm sorry, Nikos.
And when he's not at his best, the thing with Rashford is, when he's not at his best, he wants to try too hard. And there were times in games he was trying too hard. Now he's trying, but he's trying the way he should be. Like, he's not doing too much, but he's not doing less either. Do you know what I mean? So it's confidence, man. Confidence is massive as a footballer.
And then just going back to what you said about the Newcastle game, to be fair, it is different as a midfield player when you don't have the options. He only had Rashford to hit against Newcastle. Now he's got Martial. And now, like, there's a bit of a cohesion between the midfield and the attackers. But against Newcastle, to be fair, I mean, I watched that game, and
but there was no forward passes.
But Newcastle were defending with like 11 men behind the ball, and they had that 2 blocks of 4, and it's really difficult for midfield players to play that, because they don't risk that ball. They have to go sideways sometimes, because they don't risk it enough, because you have to be really quick to squeeze the ball in between those tiny gaps. And it's difficult, especially in a team where you think, oh, they're going to counter-attack us when they've got a bit of pace. So the coach to play it wide, to be patient, to play it out wide, to get it across.
But as a player,
to
you're not
recycle it again. No, of course.
You know, De Bruyne. Let's take.
Yeah, but come on, look at the way the City play. City literally have like two attacking midfielders and defensive midfielders, and then they've got a defensive midfielder as their centre back. You know what I mean? So
it's almost like a quarterback. You have a quarterback.
It's totally different in the way they set up, and even they struggle in Newcastle. I mean, they lost last season.
They did.
They lost. So it's not easy, especially when Man United come to town. So it is different. But Brighton literally
played into our hands.
Because they were full of confidence. Obviously, they won 3 out of 4. You know what I mean? So it worked out for us. But it's difficult in terms of, unless you got movement, unless you got attackers who come. And that's the thing about Martial. So Martial is difficult because he can come short and he can spin people. He can drop in behind.
Best person spinning.
He can, because defenders are scared. Is he going to go short? And then what he can do is, well, turn and dribble you. You know what I mean? Take you into a place that you don't want to go. So that's the difference. What Martial offers us. Martial is just like a lot better, more technically gifted footballer than Rashford, and he's got his smile back because he's got the number 9, so that makes a huge difference.
And now it's fresh for 2 weeks as well. Talking about another player alongside him, McTominay looks injured. Are you worried about the midfield options now?
2 to 8 weeks, man. That's
2 to 8 weeks. You would have thought, McTominay. You know what I mean? The kingpin of that midfield.
Yeah, man.
Is that a blow? You know.
You can't deny it, man. He is important to our squad. It's a huge blow, man. It's a huge blow, and now we've got I mean, I'm not going to say we've got no choice, but now it's going to be a case of playing Pereira a bit deeper and playing Mata in there.
I don't know. I see Rance saying that Pereira
in there.
I see Rance saying that Pereira could play the number. For me, I don't know about that. I don't know if he's got the intelligence for that. Yes, you could talk about passing and he's an easy passer, but you've got to have.
I wouldn't play him there because he loses the ball way too easily.
Yeah.
And if we play him there and he loses the ball, that could cost us.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Cost us.
Probably McTominay injury. I looked at it again and he went for a tackle. And I'm thinking, in that moment, you've got to be intelligent. I think it's a 91st minute, and I'm thinking, you don't need to do that. Just let the guy have the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's McTominay's characteristics.
He went down the first time, though, and Ollie didn't take him off. Do you know what I mean? I'm not blaming Ollie, but it's little.
So who are you thinking in there? If McTominay's out, what you were looking at midfield options? I don't know if Ghana's ready. I don't believe the hype yet.
We've got no choice. We've got no choice. Matis just injured. Pogba's not back yet. Who are you playing there?
Matis should be back behind the game.
Matis he's not.
And he's about to get sold in January.
Do you know what I mean? So
midfield options are looking like Nuruddin.
Music to my ears, but we need
music to your ears without buying anyone.
No, we have to.
Right now, like I said, we've got no choice. We have to sign a midfielder in January.
Emre Can, and I said it in the fan camp. He's available.
We'll get to that in a bit.
We have to.
Emre Can.
But you
play in the Premier League.
For you right now, who
energetic player?
Exactly.
Technically, can even fill in a right.
Who would have thought that?
He's versatile, very versatile. Yeah.
Who would have thought that? Ex-Liverpool player.
I don't care, mate.
Don't care.
Beggars can't be choosers, mate.
Exactly. You can't choose. You can't pick and choose who you can sign. Especially in January.
What about right now though? As in until December?
Yeah.
Who would you be your midfield option?
So this is the two things for me. I think Pereira in this moment in time, we've got to play him where he's playing. So for him to change, I think
it's almost a different dimension.
Yeah, it's different. To be fair, you know what? Obviously he's a pre-season king. I've seen him play against Wigan. I went to Wigan actually. I came to Wigan 2 seasons ago. Was it the first season or the second season of Marino? The first season. No, the first season. No, it was the first season of Mourinho.
Yeah.
I went to the game actually. It was a friendly game, pre-season game.
Oh, I see.
And I went to the game, and he played brilliant. This is when we're going to win the championship. I think it's still in the championship.
Pre-season though, isn't it?
But anyway, he stood out. Like he played in that pivot number 6 role. Stood out like absolutely pinging it there. And Wigan, to be fair, they already like almost started their season.
Can I just hold you there? What about the game against Reading? Do you remember the game against Reading?
Yeah.
Do you remember that game?
Cup.
FA Cup
was there.
He absolutely was poor.
He was very
passing. He was horrendous. And he played in that same similar role.
And it was an FA Cup game. Reading were down and out, the bottom of the league. I remember them having a poor run. He played in the 6th role, and I don't think he's played that.
You know what? I was there in that game, and I remember. Remember Phil Jones?
Horror.
This guy just
eating grass, mate.
Every year he manages to give us a new meme.
You know what? But I give it to Phil Jones. He's the biggest fraudster I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, he's getting 100 grand a week. Yeah.
You know what? Those of you
doing
watching,
nothing.
Those of you watching, please just look up the clip of. Just look it up. It's on YouTube somewhere, right? Phil Jones
amongst others.
Eating grass on Trafford. I remember that day, you know what, I got some really good seats on the main stand, just behind where...
Golden seats or?
No, on the other side, golden seats, but on the opposite.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was up there and I just remember thinking, what the hell is he doing? What the hell is he doing?
So you're saying no for Fred in that 6?
So in that sense, I can't have Pereira there. What I would like to think, you know what, I think there's two players who are really comfortable with the ball in the position, right? Lindelof is really good. I think Lindelof maybe playing because Sheffield United are going to be very physical.
Yeah,
right? They got the physical guys, right? Who are going to play physical kind of game. Everything is about the second ball, right? I think maybe Lindelof or Tuan Sebi, if Tuan Sebi is back. One of them plays in that role, just being front of the back four.
Shout out to Tuan Sebi, by the way. Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday, man. Happy birthday. Future Man United captain.
Yes.
Right. So one of them plays in there with Fred. Right, and then Pereira plays in his normal position where he's playing now, where he's gaining a bit of confidence. Obviously, he's hit and miss because he's rushing everything, and that's the most frustrating thing because I've watched Pereira in the youth teams before, and throughout the different ages of United, he's been brilliant. He's been brilliant, but I just think it's a confidence thing. I think he's snapping at everything, rushing everything.
You know what I like about him?
Just to calm down.
I know what I like about him. He's got the hunger, he's got the passion, willing up the players. He's in people's faces. He's nasty, but that doesn't come with your talent. Talent comes and shines above it.
But the crazy thing is, like, he's got the talent, but I think he's doing too much of that and not letting his talent speak
That's
for
what I said.
itself.
I said in my live the other day. I said he's Brazilian, but he doesn't play like a Brazilian.
Yeah,
He plays Dutch. He's half Dutch as well. Belgian, yeah.
Belgian, yeah.
But I think because being playing into British football, because if you watched him when he's at Valencia and when he was at Granada, technical, you know what? But that's a different football, obviously.
Yeah, but he's got some bangers, you know.
But he has got really good skill. But I think sometimes there's an aspect of him that's getting too much G'd up.
Do you think he's better than what he thinks he is?
No,
he believes he's better than what he thinks.
I genuinely think he is really talented footballer.
Yeah.
But I think there's aspects of him that's thinking, this is the Premier League, this is England, I have to give it. And because he's a small guy as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not I was going to talk about small guys, you know what I mean? Knocking man out, 6'4" right there. Charles Sterling sitting out tonight.
But can he not adapt his style? You've got Bernardo Silva, David Silva, them kind of players, and I'm not comparing them. Let's not put out of context, you know what I mean?
I think he's talented. Honestly, I think he's got potential to be a really good player.
But 23, you should be seeing that though. It's not like glimpses though, Aaron.
You should be seeing something.
To me, in this position he's playing now, I'll expect more because I'm a big fan of him, right? I expect loads more. I just need him to calm down. I wish I'd seen him in the street. I just grab him and just say, listen,
I don't want him to do that, man.
I just grab him and just say, pick him up. You know what I mean? Get him face level. You know what I mean? I'm
like
6'4". Just say, listen. Calm down, because you know you can see Rashford try to tell him before the game.
Yeah.
You see Martial.
I don't know what he said to him then. You know what I mean?
Martial telling him.
Somebody to put the captions on there.
Did you see the remix? You know, brother, remix there.
No.
Twitter is
What did he say?
Yo, run. Yeah. Stop doing this fuckery, man. Just give it a ball.
So what's your options like? I don't know if you said your options.
I agree with him. If Twanzebe's fit, he can play CDM.
Somebody you forgot about, and he's not in the team right now, and he's still injured. There's a player called Folsom Mensah still around.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
He's like an Emre Can as well. He can play CDM, centre back, right back, left back if needed. So
he was another one that had high ups,
and I've seen
injuries.
You've seen me retweet his clip, innit?
Yeah.
Training, coming back slowly. I hope he's back.
That's another signing.
Let's say
and his Bayou coming back as well.
February, March. I hope that he'll be back for then.
Oh, is it okay? I thought it was closer than that. Maybe December time. I thought.
If it's closer, then by all means. Do you know what I mean?
I think he's doing a lot of things, strengthening stuff.
Yeah.
But can he go and get involved in a mini game?
That's what I mean.
That's the thing. But we'll see in the next couple of weeks. We'll see if he's in the.
I'm a huge fan of Fosu Mensah.
I am as well.
Big fan.
Can play right back. Can play centre back. Centre defensive mid.
A lot of fans have written him off saying he's shit and he's not this and
but
he's not that.
To be fair, it's not. I don't think he's a right back. I think he's a centre defensive.
But he can play there though.
He can play there. And
I'm surprised you've not mentioned Jimmy Gardner. And I'm not. You know what? Yeah, I like him. Yeah, but do you know what? I see every time he's come on. Yeah, I've not seen anything great.
Yeah, because it's difficult. He's only like 18.
I know he's 18. I get it. But
and he's not of the physical stature that's really strong and big. Look how long he took McTominay. McTominay's like nearly 23 now.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to put down him. I'm just saying
but
what I've seen of him. It's I don't even see the Brighton game. He came on here. And it was like, you know, when you get the ball, let me just give it to someone quickly, and I get it back to my position.
Yeah, because that's.
But you're 3-1 up though. You should be doing more than that.
Yeah, but obviously towards the end of the game, and the biggest thing what coaches work on when you're a youngster that comes in the first team, is your discipline. Your positional discipline. You have to. That's one of the biggest things. Because as a young player, you can get really overexcited and think, right, I'm going to go here and there. Unless you're a forward, you're a winger or a striker or up the pitch more. But in midfield, your position is really important, right? Yeah. Because you know, a lot of us who play amateur football, you know that one of the biggest things your coach always goes, midfield. Where are you? Do you know what I mean? So
hold your position.
You can't just go and chase the ball. But I think it's going to take him. I expect towards this season, next season is where I'm expecting Ghana to thinking, you know what, you've had a bit of a, you've played, he looks really good on the 23s, but we're in like the championship on the 23s. We've gone down a division. Most people forget that. We've gone down a division. But I'm hoping that he gets the strength up to play, because there's some players, they're very quick, like Brandon Williams. He don't need that much adaptation to big man football because he's rough as they can get. He's the guy who holds red cards.
Let's talk about him, man. Brandon Williams.
He's one of those who holds red cards. You can watch him through the youth teams. He holds red cards.
Are you surprised by development? Because I'm not going to lie to you, I was one of them guys. When I seen him at youth level, I thought, yeah, he's good, but can he really get?
I've been streaming for him.
Sure.
Listen, I've went to Old Trafford, watched a lot of games, and Brandon Williams has always been one of the stand-up players for me in the under 23 squad. Obviously,
he looks older. He looks older in that under 23.
Apart from obviously the Gomez and the Greenwoods and
he's still 2-footed as well. That's
exactly
unbelievable.
I've seen a lot of games with the under 23s, and I've always said this guy, he's going to make it to the first team one way or another.
He's a future captain as well.
Exactly. He's got everything he needs to be a first team left back.
And the way he was going bombing on forward, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. This is what we need.
Ashley Young, mate.
That's what I'm saying.
If he plays against Sheffield United, Ashley Young, could you say to yourself, you know what, man, Ollie, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah, exactly.
I have absolutely nothing against Ashley Young. I think Ashley Young's one of those, you never see him in the papers really. He's a consummate professional. But all that is nice, and all of that is all good. But Ashley Young, you're done out here, mate. I'm sorry. In terms of what's starting for Man United, it's starting for Man United games, league or whatever. You're done out here, unless you're playing in the Carabao Cup or.
But I get Sheffield United. Do you not think?
No, I don't want to see him. I do not want to see him because Brandon Williams has had. I'm sure has he gone under the 23? I don't know if he was selected for England under 20.
I don't know.
21s or
I'm not sure.
But he would have this 2 weeks rest unless he's playing some games.
Yeah.
So he just needs to play for me. He needs to play because, like I said, I go back to it. Ashley Young, you're a consummate professional. You're a Man United captain. I respect you for that. You're not in the papers. You're a consummate professional, all that. But in terms of I'm judging you purely on the football pitch. You're done out here, man.
Yeah.
You've been done out here for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason why you've lasted, to me, it just blows my mind. And like I said, the thing that would drive me to be Ollie out would be Ashley Young.
Wow.
And because I'm not blaming, because I come out, I've never said anything about Ashley Young other than that the bird shat on his mouth. Which was funny. And then it happened to you as well. You and him all tight, you know what I mean?
I can't say much now.
But you know what, and he gives it, and back in the day when he was a winger, I liked him. We can put the crosses in. To me, when he destroyed me psychologically was when David Moyes was telling him to cross the ball, and he put in like 100 crosses in one game. Do you know what I mean? So but Brandon Williams to me has to start against Sheffield United. Is a must.
Yeah. Well, guys, that was the first segment of the podcast show. We've put out to you some questions that you'd sent us, so we're gonna go through them.
Yes.
Are you ready, guys?
Yep. One each.
First one is from Was Undo.
Yo, big up Was.
Was, man, always shout us out. Name some Manchester United potential midfielders. McGinn, I know you like him.
Yep.
Partey. Who should we look at?
You want me to choose between those two?
You can talk about them too, or you can add any you want.
McGinn, Partey, you said,
yeah?
McGinn, love the guy, man. Absolutely. The energy levels of this guy are just on a different planet, bro. And he's one I like. When I see a midfielder, I'm a big fan of goal-scoring midfielders.
Yeah.
And McGinn is definitely a goal-scoring midfielder. He scored a worldie last season with Aston Villa. I don't know if you guys have seen the goal where he just takes it on the volley on his left foot, and it's just fantastic goal. He can score, he can assist. He's got the energy. He can like for 90 minutes, the guy will not get tired. And I just love the guy, man. Technically, he might not be all that, but he's doing the fundamentals right. He can score, he can set up goals, and this is exactly.
That would be ahead of you for Partey and the kind of.
I think
it would, and obviously
slightly different midfielders.
Yeah, because Partey is literally someone that's just going to sit and break up the play.
But also can play.
But he's very good with his feet.
Yeah.
He can distribute the ball very well.
Yeah.
But I think United would rather slightly go for McGinn because he's Scottish, and obviously there's the links there with Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
So I think United would rather go for McGinn and rather than Partey. But I'm a big fan of Partey as well.
You as well concur with that, or would you?
Yeah, I mean, I love Thomas Partey, man. You know what I think about that. I've said it. Him at Fabinho. You know what I mean?
Fabinho's the one I should have got.
We should have gotten him.
I keep thinking about that every day.
That's the one that got away. It hurts me every time when I see it. Same Van Dijk. I said it when he was at Celtic. Man United should have got him. I said these things.
Director of football.
I'm telling you.
Woodward.
I'm telling you. It's surreal, mate. I'm telling you.
Imagine a game a football fan, a position in the football club. You know what I mean? How better it would be.
I'm telling you, just to shout out players.
Just to shout out players.
Yeah. To me, obviously, it was super surreal in the summer. All that news was breaking, wasn't it? That in the papers about how Ferguson told somebody's told Ferguson how good McGinn is, and Ferguson's like, United need to sign this guy, and that was all over the paper, and everybody was like, who? McGinn, the guy from the Championship. Obviously, we've seen his qualities. It's not easy to come to the Premier League and score goals, and he has scored goals, and he can, like you said, he's got the energy, the tenacity, he's got the goal scoring, which we miss, but the fact that it's a left-footed midfielder. When's the last time we had a left-footed midfielder?
Well, I don't know. Well, we've got Fred now, but
no, he was a centre half. It was Blind sometimes.
And Blind's another one we got sold.
Was Anderson?
Anderson, yeah. You know what? Shout out Anderson.
Yeah, he was hardly fit. He was hardly fit, but yeah.
First season.
He was a winger, you know that. He was a winger.
Yeah.
He was an attacking winger, a wide winger.
I remember them Sky Sports news clips. Anderson was scoring bangers from 30 yards. I was like, we got a player here. I was in Dubai in 2007. I was like, BBC Sport, Man United, Phil Side. Anderson, I was like, wow, Brazilian, we're going in.
The worst thing that would happen is that a year before United bought him, he broke his leg. It was a really bad break.
Yeah.
And people were unsure whether he'd come back or
not. We don't do bad with Brazilians, do we?
Yeah.
This one's a funny one. And she sent it in. Shout out to Emre Can, who's always active.
Shout out, Megan.
Big up, Megan.
This is a good one, and this is a tricky one. Play, sub, or sell. Out of these three, yeah? Gigs,
Play, sub, or
would
sell.
you, yeah. So would you sell Gigs? Skulls, out of them three, would you play, sub, sell? So who would you choose for that one?
Who? Giggs who?
Giggs, Skulls, Keane.
Giggs, Skulls, Keane.
Sub.
So what would you do out for them three?
Play, Skulls.
Yeah.
Sub.
That's going to be a bit
Sub Keane,
controversial.
mate. Sub Keane. Get rid of Giggs, mate. That's me.
Sub Giggs.
Yeah.
Sell Keane.
You know
It's the other
what,
way
man?
around for me.
Huh?
The other way around.
All the way around?
Yeah, because of just purely of the leadership.
Yeah.
Purely of the leadership and the idea of thinking about that team in the 90s, what Roy...
So you play Skulls?
I'll play Scholes, yeah, of course.
Maverick.
Okay.
Maverick.
To me, Paul Scholes is probably the most naturally gifted English football midfield player.
Yeah, literally.
All round that actually adapted his game.
Yeah.
1 minute he was a box to box. He was mainly a late arriving kind of almost like a number 10, arriving in the goal and scoring goals, and then adapted his own to keep complete control of the football.
Yeah.
And even Roy Keane, when Roy Keane did his, like, he was on Sky about a month and a half ago, and when he did his best 11, he played. Scholes, he said, was one of the best players he's ever played with.
Good question, you know what I mean?
So to me, Giggs, because you know what, wingers you could find in that team. Do you know what I mean? But and the thing what people forget about Ryan Giggs is that there were times he was, as a United fan, he was frustrating. I'm sorry to say, but he was frustrating because he was always injured.
The best player of all time.
No, I don't think he's the best player of all time. I would think.
Who would you put?
So in my lifetime, who I see United play for Man United, Cantona, Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, Scholes ahead of him, and even one season Beckham was unbelievable. But Ryan Giggs was, in terms of what he gave, but there were seasons where a lot of the things. His career became longevity because he didn't play too much football. The difference between him and Rooney played a lot of football from when he was 16.
For 16 years.
Straight, intense years and almost a decade, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs played for the first couple of years, till about 95, I think he played, right? Like, he played persistently and he was rested and all that. He played. And then there were times when the money, he was like almost the pin-up boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he was Ferrari cars, man, and Porsches and stuff like that.
And his hamstrings. He almost gassed.
Yeah, and his hamstring injuries. Like, there was a lot of hamstring injuries.
Then
a
he
lot
started
of
doing
muscular
yoga,
injuries.
the rest was history.
And this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that the fact that he had those injuries, and he was out for a lot of the time, sustained him over at the end of it, because then he managed to modify his body and then did all that stuff.
Another question from Mohammed Drama. At what stage do you think the board will get rid of Ollie? Damning question, that.
They would get rid of him if we suddenly find ourselves in the relegation zone and we like lose, let's say December. All the games until December we lose 5-6 of them.
Not if there's no chance of getting top 4, maybe.
But there is no chance anyway. Anyone that thinks, and that's not disrespecting anyone that does think it, any United fan that thinks that we're able to make top 4,
10 points not achievable.
No.
It's all
because the teams in the top 4 are way too strong.
so many different things have to click.
Yeah.
So many different things have to click.
Liverpool City, they're on a different planet.
Yeah.
We're never going to catch up with these guys. And everyone keeps talking about, it's going to take 3 years for us to challenge for the title. So you think in 3 years' time, everyone's just gonna put their stuff on hold and say,
No.
let's wait for United to be
Put
good
the toys
again.
away.
Put the toys away.
Let's wait for United to be good again so we can challenge with them for the title. No, they're gonna get better and better and better. So
Yeah.
by the time they get better in 3 years, we're gonna play catch up with them.
Yeah.
We're gonna be playing catch up for the next 5-6 years
Yeah.
until we have like a title winning squad where we can say, yo, this year we're challenging. But back to what I was saying. Oh shit, I forgot my train of thought there.
So you know, United not making top 4.
Yeah, it's impossible. City and Liverpool, different planet. Chelsea, they're better than us, whether you like it or not. Yes, we beat them 4-0. It was all, oh yeah, it was good. Yeah, Ollie's at the wheel. But reality is, and yeah, the win in the Carabao doesn't count for me. That was the competition. That's the competition they don't even care about.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean? So yes, we beat them twice. But if it was to come down to the league right now, and we go to Stamford Bridge, and they play their strongest team, we're in trouble. We know that. Everyone knows that.
You and the Ologies, they don't.
Oh yeah, and obviously Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester. I mean,
Yeah.
you still think Ollie won't be sacked this season, or are you still thinking that it's maybe the Glazers?
I don't think it will be this season. I think
Yeah.
he'll stay until the end of the season. Then they'll make an assessment.
I think, like I said last week on last week's show, I think Ollie's got something on the board have got something on Ollie. So basically, he's their yes man in some sense, and that then buys him to stay in the job, in terms of, because they know that they can manipulate the fans, especially fans like me who were used to Ollie. But I think if Man United were to find themselves like in 12th or something like that, I think Ollie would have to work himself. I think when the players, if he was to think injuries or no injuries, obviously January can't come enough, and I know that we've just said it now. The propaganda's coming out that January is a difficult time. No, this transfer in January, transfer window in January, it's not like any other. This is a crucial thing for Man United, because the players that you were like, oh, I don't know how to go, it's an emergency now.
Yeah,
because if Martial gets injured, if Pogba was to get injured, if McTominay was to be out long term, if Fred was to be out long term, who are you going to have in midfield?
Exactly.
And if you're selling Matic, you're selling Chris Smalling, giving him a
you know what? I've got one leg and I can play better than that lamppost. No disrespect. So you know what? With him, I'm just taking one.
So you don't think he'll be sacked then? No.
I think really difficult in terms of, you'll have to be really bad for him to be sacked.
Thara Mohammed, shout out to you. How will fans react to Pogba return? I'll be buzzing, me.
Everyone will be buzzing, man. I was buzzing when I seen him get his foot out of the cast. And he was Instagramming it. I was like, yeah.
Surely no one's gonna be no agenda. Even the lady next to me, shout out to you, man. You know her. You know what I mean? She don't like Pogba, but come on, man.
All the Pogba haters will be happy once he's back, man. Come on, bro. You can't deny it. He's instrumental for our team.
Yeah.
You don't know, mate. There's haters out there.
Yeah, I know. Obviously there is.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Elite Ball FC says, where do you rank Marcus Rashford in the best under 23 talents in Europe? Personally, I'd say he's top 5 behind Mbappe, Joao Felix, and Osama Dembele. Ooh, that's a big.
I think there's Rashford in the under 23s. You said.
Yeah.
Under 23s, I'll put Rashford in the top 10, because I think there's at least 4 or 5 players under 23 that are better than him.
Name them.
Mbappe, Joao Felix,
Yeah.
Dembele.
Ousmane Dembele. We're just talking about like talent, not form, just talent.
Sancho.
So Mbappe, Dembele, Joao Felix, Sancho, that's 4. Kai Havertz, that's 5.
Oh yeah.
Julian Brandt, that's 6 already.
Do
Yeah.
you think Julian Brandt is?
In terms of talent, yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of talent, yeah. Who else can I think of? Trying to think. I think that's it, really. Yeah. About 6 players.
How old is Bernardo Silva? Is he still young?
He's 24.
24, yeah, 24.
Yeah. Not bad. You agree with that, or?
I think he's up there, top 6, top 7. But I think if he was in a good team, Marcus Rashford would thrive a lot. I think he would shield a lot more, because there'll be other players in the team taking all of the pressure, and he would just be allowed to.
This is why I say This is why I say Ollie might not be the right guy for the job, because, bro, imagine if we had Rashford, with his talent, and a Pep Guardiola comes in and just programs his whole brain over, like presses reset and just programs it.
Well, maybe Ollie's taking time. He's done it with Martial. Maybe he's going to do it with Rashford.
You never know. If he does, then I'll hold my hands up and be the first to apologise.
Thoughts on the Gomes Sterling incident? It's crazy, man. The media, absolutely.
Where do we start, man?
Where do we start in terms of?
They've basically fooled everyone. You know what I mean? They've absolutely made a mockery out of this now.
I mean, I tweeted it out. This is like a storm in a teacup, to be fair. If you looked at it, like the amount of things that were going on in Man United dressing rooms, like around that time where Roy Keane and these kind of Hughes are all pinning themselves, pinning each other against the walls. And Fergie's coming in, you know what I mean, saying, sit down, you know what I mean? And the scuffles, people like Fergie going in people's players try to fight Fergie back, and people separate. All these things happen, man. All of these things happened. So it's really interesting because the thing about it, I think there was a lot of like, I think England have got a couple of WhatsApp groups and stuff. There's that moment, obviously, that's one of the best I've seen Raheem Sterling play against Liverpool, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, yeah.
And because usually the crowd hates him, and some of it, the abuse, to boo him because obviously he was a young kid, but he's a United fan. He left QPR to go to you guys, and he wanted to win trophies. He left Brandon Rodgers.
Yeah.
But Liverpool fans kind of think, oh, no player can leave us. Just hold 5, man. Just chill out, right? Players can leave you, right? So he can chill out, right?
That's like United fans with Pogba saying you can't leave.
Listen, so they always give him stick. And actually, it's the game where Raheem Sterling's never the same because psychologically the fans get to him. Because the way Anfield is a tight pitch. Do you know what I mean? It's a tight ground and it's the fans are on top of you. Yeah, on top of you. But I thought he played fantastic for me personally. But apparently it was the fault. Somebody captured that moment and memed it. Apparently, I'm hearing on the England WhatsApp. Where basically Gomes is literally like he's picking up his son or something because of his. There's a bit where he's got his arms right underneath Sterling's armpits, and it's like that. And apparently that's what set Sterling off because people were sharing that, going little man and making these things about little man syndrome.
So that was shared on the WhatsApp group.
Apparently that's what's happening because you know what, people think that footballers don't have like there's no jokers in different clubs who are friends and all that who are sharing stuff or whatever. But apparently that's what it was. And apparently the story goes, there's a chill out area in England. If you ever watch any of the England get-togethers, there's a bit of the
infamous handshakes.
But when they go in and stuff like that, apparently it's a chill out area. Gomes comes in, and you can even see it then. Sterling says to him, who the F do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Doing this to me, because obviously the fans are goading him and anything like that. This one is at the game, and obviously he was wound up. Gomes comes in, apparently Sterling just jumps in, mate, gets him in a headlock, scuffling, licks the air, players are holding him apart. Apparently then Southgate got told, he was like, right, to Raheem Sterling, you get your bags now, get
Was that the right move, do you reckon?
Anyway, he's apparently said to him, get the hell out of here. He then gets his stuff, packs it, is in the car, coming back to Manchester, rings him apparently about half an hour when they left, he rings him, says, you know what, 10 times to come back. By then he found out what was going on. But tonight is England the first country to reach 1,000 games, so it's quite a big deal. A lot of celebrations going on. And he's not playing. I think.
Are you sure you don't wait for the sun? What's all this information?
Said I? I don't, because you know what? I found it really interesting because Raheem Sterling has been quiet. He's been somebody who's been taunted, somebody who didn't deserve it. Obviously,
that was a wrong treatment.
I think it's a storm in a teacup, and I think that back in the day, this happened a lot, and nobody would hear about it. There are players who 1 minute fighting each other, next minute best friends. You know what I mean? They almost kind of have that kid mentality, like players. They're told in it because they're constantly watched and told what to do this, do that. So they're almost that kind of them back in it. To me, it shows that he cares that his team lost, and he cares that he thinks the guy humiliated him when Gomes knows the fans were all like against him.
Yeah.
And he lost his temper. Now, so human being, you lost temper. If he says sorry to him, and apparently Gomes said like, don't drop him. We'll sort this out. I don't want any of this to go on. But I think I understand because historically, what England camps used to be. Chelsea players used to sit on one table. United players used to sit on one player. United players sit on one table. Liverpool players used to sit on one table.
But now it's not like that though.
And Southgate has almost made it harmonious, like a club, like a club side.
You want to touch on that or?
Yeah, man. Obviously, I've heard the stories as well. Gomes coming in and Raheem Sterling. What I've heard was Gomes coming in and Raheem Sterling talking to him and saying, "Oh, you think you're the big man now?"
Oh,
and that's what apparently all kicked off. And
Aaron Sauce, yeah.
And obviously everyone's seen the scratch on Gomez's face.
Man caught him silly there, though. Bloody hell, Raheem, yo.
You see what I'm saying?
I cut the nails, G.
Headlock, he must have jumped up on him, to get him down. He must have jumped up.
Grabbing us that title challenge and that.
What I do think is that I agree with Nudin. Some of the things just shouldn't be put out there to the public.
Yeah.
Certain things that happen in the team should stay in the team.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, obviously, you know, watching with my dad, who's a big Bayern Munich fan. There was a time where I remember it came in the news as well, because years later, that's when it got published. There was a fight that broke out in the dressing room because they lost the game. I don't know what it was, and Ribéry got into a fight with Robin, and Ribéry got into a fight with Robin, punched him in the face and stuff. But that story didn't come out until like months later. Do you see what I'm saying? So certain things, sometimes when it happens in the dressing room, it should stay in the dressing room. And I think Southgate's made a mistake by only suspending Sterling. If you're going to suspend players, suspend them both, because they both were involved in this. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But apparently Sterling was the aggressor. Sterling was the guy aggressor physically. Like they had.
But the media always going to say that though against.
Of course, yeah. Sterling is you know, he's like Pogba. He's like Pogba, man. He's always going to be a scapegoat.
Yeah.
And people are already, you know, jumping on him and saying, oh, especially Liverpool fans getting on his case and stuff. It's not needed, man. It's not needed. But I do think that if you're going to suspend players, suspend them both. That's what I would do. One, to punish Raheem Sterling, but two, to also show Joe Gomes like this is not how we solve things.
That's how we roll.
If you're going to solve things, both sit down with the manager of Southgate, talk about it, and that's it. But don't start fighting. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there are other young players who are there. People like Mason Mount, Maddison. What are they thinking? Do you know what I mean? You're supposed to be the example.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like the role model for them. They should follow in your footsteps. Do you see what I'm saying? Because Gomes and Sterling are older than Maddison and Mount. So I think if you're going to suspend players, suspend them both. Because if he's playing tonight, I don't know what the lineup is. If he's playing tonight, Sterling's going to be like, yo.
He took sides.
He took sides there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to be fair, this is where I disagree with you guys. I think if Sterling was the aggressor, if Gomes just came and was just like, chill up, and that's what happened. That's why even Southgate said Gomes didn't lose as much because Sterling put out a thing on Instagram, didn't he? He apologised. He said he lost his temper and that got better of him, but Gomes didn't. So I kind of understand why. I think he might have warned him for his future conduct about winding another England player up in a game like that, in a heated game like that. But I think he wasn't the aggressor. He came apparently, and then Sterling just jumped him.
Yeah.
Jumped him.
Next question from
Bad boy Jamaican.
Yeah, bad boy. Thoughts on VAR and how could it be used? Just before we jump on this, apparently, this is apparently, VAR wasn't even in use on Sunday against Man City.
The first
and
half.
apparently both teams, no, apparently the whole game.
Oh, I had a rumour, some City fans were saying the first half.
Well, both games, and both teams were notified that VAR wasn't used. But then, judging by the reactions, I don't know, I'm still a bit undebated.
Because Pep was going off, man.
But VAR for me, yeah.
He was talking to the sky.
I'm sure he knows his numbers. But VAR for me is a joke. You know VAR is a joke for me. It's not proper for this game. Yeah. They're not using it adequately. You know what I mean? They're doing decisions. I don't even see the Sheffield United decision. Where is, what was it, armpit or something?
Sheffield United got robbed, man.
They got robbed. And this VAR is not being used correctly. And you've got referees that are just not good enough. You're telling Mike Dean or that Martin Atkinson to go check VAR decisions. Why don't you just get that monitor, let them see the decision, let them make their own decision?
Why do they never go to the sidelines and go watch it on the monitor? Why?
I mean, for example, we were all there at the game against Brighton.
Yeah.
How long did it take for our second goal to be?
3-4 minutes.
What's a woman? 4 minutes. For me, the woman's even a joke, man. VAR. What's it? What's she saying?
VAR check.
Me is when Brandon Williams
VAR check over.
When Brandon Williams did that tackle, everyone was like,
everyone knew,
great tackle, and then the voice goes, VAR check for red card. It was like, what?
No, when the referee said VAR red card, it wasn't a red card, and the decision was made.
Yeah.
And then the woman was like waiting for the woman to say VAR not used. And then everyone was like, wait,
VAR red card check.
It's funny though. It's funny. But yeah,
but he already gave him a yellow card. He already knew that it was a yellow card.
And then you're doing a VAR check for red card. But yeah, VAR is, you're not using it properly, so just get rid of it.
The worst thing at Old Trafford, we don't have a screen.
Exactly, so we
That's
can't.
The worst.
That's how old our stadium is, mate.
The old saying,
that's how bad the Glazers have bent us over. Oh. We have, you know how much we've been left behind in terms of stadiums. Liverpool's had a.
I don't think Liverpool have it though.
No.
No, Liverpool and United, the only two stadiums apparently.
Well, at least they've got more modernised stadiums.
Yeah.
Look at Tottenham Stadium. We should have the best stadium in the land. We should have almost 80,000 or 90,000 seater stadium. That's the state of the art that everybody be jealous of. Built all around Old Trafford.
Exactly.
Should have the youth team and the women's team playing in another stadium outside there.
Not in Leeds.
Build all of that up. But what do? The Glazers and Woodward bend us over.
Exactly. The only thing that's working right now is perfectly is goal line technology.
That's the
only thing that's working.
In VAR are all subjective, but to me, having a monitor, the thing what they're saying is that they're a bit more resistant because obviously the old school grounds in Britain, the fans are closer to the thing. Like in Italy and Germany, now the fans are a bit away.
They can
from
see
the
it though.
But what they're saying about the referee going onto the monitor, they're saying that. Both benches are gonna go out and say,
especially when it's in England. In England, you might see a bottle thrown at you.
That's what I'm saying to you. Never know. So that's what they're saying. But I think regardless, they should have enough security. Employ enough security and even police. To tell the manager.
Just to guard the referee.
No, they should like call an area for managers to say stay in those places, manager. If you're gonna get a red card.
True.
When the referee's walking to the monitor, do not approach him whatsoever. So he can just go in and check with a fourth official or just himself, and then see it and then make the decision.
I don't know, man. For me, VAR, I'm not by it.
Done, man.
Last question from you guys. United, this is from Simon Isaac. United have been rumoured to sign both Haaland and Mandzukic. If you had to sign one, who would it be? And also, do you think we need other reinforcements this January? And who would it be? So, Mandzukic or Haaland? I think it's crazy that we're talking about Haaland already.
Yeah, man, because he still needs to develop. He's 19, man. Like,
don't look like 19 to me. You know what I mean? He looks like he's 26.
Some people say, I read people's tweet like, this guy's a clone.
Serious, man.
He's been fabricated somewhere.
No one is Scandinavian brothers, man. They look older than what they are.
Somewhere in the lab or something. That's why he's so big and strong and tall.
It reminds me of Drago. Most of you know about Drago. You know what I mean?
Hello,
most of you know about check your boxing film knowledge, people. Drago, mate.
Exactly.
Drago.
From Rocky.
Rocky, mate. Drago, the Russian guy. Dolph Lundgren, innit? That's his name.
Yeah.
Scandinavian brother,
If I had the choice, I don't know. I wouldn't go for either of them, to be honest. Mandzukic, no, because this is not a retirement home. I keep saying it.
We've got enough retirement home here. We got, Ashley Young, his boy Ashley Young. Phil Jones, you know what I mean? We got
need someone else, and he's only gonna be an option B, like off the bench.
Because we couldn't offer him 6 months. He wanted an 18-month deal. He might even want 2 years.
No, because he's gonna ask for a lot of money, and I don't want another 34 or 30 plus someone to come in, and we're paying him a lot of wages to stay on the bench.
Zlatan's available. Zlatan for you, your boy.
Nah,
you know what? I thought nobody would say no to Zlatan.
No,
he's available.
Nah, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't.
No, so first of all, like I said. No simmer frames. We're not accepting no simmer frames, mate.
Quality.
Pensioners coming to get their last pay. Not having it. Not having it. Same with Zlatan. Same with Mandzukic. Not having it.
You don't want elite mentality though.
To me, there's the youngster, Haaland. He can improve, but the money they're quoting
70-80 million apparently.
Yo, chill out, mate.
Chill out, Salzburg.
Listen, chill out, Salzburg. He scored in the Champions League, but I'm sorry to say
they're trying to stock up the Red Bulls, innit?
If we're calling the French league a Sunday league, what the hell is the Austrian league then? You know what I mean? What is that? Because I don't see any big players going to running to go and play in the Austrian league.
Exactly.
Anyway, I think the kid has got talent. The kid has got
potential. One more season though.
But he needs. We need a striker.
Yeah. Oh, another league. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I think if he's offered me those 3 options, I would get Haaland because he can come in off the bench.
And also you get more out of it, 80 million. Say 80 million.
No, it's not going to be 80 million.
For 10 years.
No, nobody's paying that.
But if United got the right negotiation.
Listen,
no. 80 million? Are you mad?
Are you having a laugh?
No.
Are you having a laugh?
But that was they want, no?
No. Anyway, I think the players that United need is midfield players. And like I said, I think Bruno Fernandes still gettable in January. But the most important player that's gettable right at this moment in time. And apparently...
Don't say Maddison.
No.
Maddison
it's
ever come to United right now.
It is Can.
Yep.
He ain't playing...
What about Figgy's not playing right now?
Fancy him.
Nope.
And he's available for 35 million. That is an absolute bargain for a German international.
35 million?
For a German international?
Yeah.
Are you having a laugh?
He's
35 million.
Are you having a laugh?
Juventus.
I don't know about 35 million, though.
Are you having a laugh?
Get in the comments below, guys.
Apparently,
35 million.
Fancy you know who left
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Who left Paris?
What did I say to you?
Rabiot.
Rabiot apparently is not. It's our favour. Yeah, man. I've been watching it. They play Emre Can. Kadira, can you believe?
Yeah,
Kadira they play.
Sarri's a big fan of Kadira.
Yeah. But Kadira is experienced.
He's a workhorse, like Matuidi. Yeah. They play that Sarri kind of ball.
Yeah.
And I
played at the Croatian brother as well. They play
Pjanic. You know what? He's a very, very good player. He actually signed him a few years ago at Roma when he was absolutely not, doing it, guys. But guys,
you know what? Before he goes about to go to the show, most of you know that I'm done in. What am I done in?
Yeah, the moustache.
Moustache. It's Movember. This is to raise awareness about prostate cancer.
Yeah.
So, as make sure you tell your uncles, you tell yourselves. You know that the older you get, when you get to your 40s, go and get it checked out. You get a blood test. Prostate cancer is one of those cancers that if it's caught early, it can be cured. It's one of the cancers that got really good success rates in terms of being cured. Yeah. So tell everybody, shout it from the rooftops, man. Especially those of black men of African descent is really important because it kills 1 in 4. It's one of those cancers that's more found in that demographic, right? In terms of black men, especially with African and Caribbean descent. So it's a lot more. So please tell people to go and get checked out. It's a blood test. You get examination, and most of you don't want that little examination or whatever, but go and get that blood test and get checked out because, like I said,
safe than sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people die from it, and a lot of men die from it, even whether black, white, whatever. But especially it hits the men of black and ethnic minority. It hits them a lot harder. So get checked out.
Socials,
that guy Red Devil. You know where we are. It's international break. You can still come at me.
Anytime.
You can still come at me. I'm trying to share different things on the page, but we shall see where we go. But
a nice break to just to talk about. Aaron, it's been a pleasure again, man.
Yes.
Check him out, guys.
Mr. Aaron UTD everywhere. You can find me on there.
Yeah, we're gonna do a European podcast after this. We're gonna the best European show. I'm telling you right now, no other European podcast show can better this, guys, man.
International.
We're bringing it to you guys. International. Any news?
Qualifications are on the line.
You know what I mean?
This round of games, mate.
So I'm gonna go check that out. Make sure you watch that. Road to 3K, man. Subscribe to this channel. I've been United Central. I hope you enjoy this podcast. You know what I mean? Enjoy your international break. Straight jacket is on for now.
Only had it 1 week, borrowed it for 1 week.
Borrowed it
wasn't for me.
It's back on, but you know what? It's Mr. Realist, man. Never shy away from anything. Anyway, it's true. But guys, if you like this video, subscribe to United Central. It's road to 10K, guys.
10K,
like the video.
Let's go.
Olive juice, still at it. Like the video, subscribe to United Central, follow these guys, and I'll see you next Thursday for another podcast. Peace. Take care. Bye bye. Peace.